welcome back to Gamer Star Show, guys. We're going to start a little bit of a podcast today, and hopefully you enjoy this little short podcast. We don't have a long thing to talk about, but we do have some more things to talk about coming up. Jonathan Taylor is going to be want to be traded from the Indianapolis Colts to try to find a different team. Um, I think just to look at it this way, guys, is if you want Jonathan Taylor being on your fantasy team, I would say just draft him between the third or fourth round, or second or third round. Um, I would just say, find a running back that you can put as a RB1 or RB2, and put him on the bench and see where he's going to go. I just think, the best thing for him to go is probably either the Minnesota Vikings or the Tampa Bay Bucks, or around that, or just go to or Cleveland Browns, or one of them organizations that needs running back help. So far, right now, we didn't hear anything from Zeke. We don't hear anything from Devin Cook where he's going to go. We don't know where anybody's going to go at this point. Running back is kind of iffy this time of year. Christian McCaffrey was a trade last year that was everybody was wanting to grab off the waiver wire, or they draft him on their team and they put him on the bench. And when he has success in San Francisco, everybody put him back on their plug and play. So everything looks going up. If you're in a trade, you should have done this last year. You should have done it at the end of the regular season, or you should have done it before week 6, week 7, something like that. That's probably the number one thing I would say. Do it by week 7 and trade him off somewhere else. But now you're in the pickle here, because how much you want to risk to get Jonathan Taylor. He got a back problem. I don't know. I mean, what organization could risk that? I mean, if you're the Vikings, okay, you can risk it. Or if you're the Bucks, you can risk it. But Leonard Fournette and all of them did not have a signed contract yet to any other team. But I hope Leonard Fournette goes to the Bengals because of one thing. He's strong. He's a bull rush. He could go to a scheme, passing scheme like what the Bengals has, or he can go to either. I think they said the Cowboys. I'm not, I don't feel like comfortable with the Cowboys if you're a Leonard Fournette fan. But I would love to see Leonard Fournette be part of the Bengals camp this year. That would be a big boost for Joe Burrow. Right now, he is day to day, week by week, with on that calf injury, string leg injury. He is week to week basis. So he's gonna be in camp. He'll practice a little, limited practice, but he ain't gonna go too much. So they got Trevor Siemian. They signed him back in the fall, or no, back in the summer rather, or the spring, and they got him for a 1 year or 2 year deal. I'm not for sure how much that will get him, but give him a lot of confidence going to the preseason next week. Speaking of next week, we got a football game Thursday for preseason in Canton, Ohio. The Jazz versus the Browns. First preseason open for the Hall of Fame game, and the enshrinement of the Hall of Fame is on Sunday night on NFL Network, if I'm not mistaken, or ESPN. I'm not for sure who's going to do that. Enshrinement for the Hall of Fame this year. Speaking of, we're going to do some other things. We're going to talk about Max Scherzer. As reported, as confirmed, that he is, there was in a trade, and Max Scherzer is coming from, where did he go, from the Cubs to the Rangers. So that's a big step for the Rangers. They got an ace. And Justin Verlander is going back home in Houston, and Houston made a trade for him. So, big things happen in Texas. If you're a Texas fan, baseball team fans out there over here, sorry, I live in Texas, sorry. But big things happen. I think we'll go over what happened the last weeks. This week, go over what's happening. This past week, Thursday, if you missed out, I didn't talk about the SRX series, the little 1 mile hot bank track. in I think Connecticut or Virginia. Kyle Busch won the race, but with a lot of controversy there. Rebecca Keselowski and Tony Stewart. So this coming Thursday, I don't know where they're going to go in SRX Series race Thursday night, but it's going to be fun. We'll find out who's going to pull their A game and win the game, win the race this coming Thursday. This weekend, they're going to Michigan. NASCAR is Cup Series. We'll talk about some FanDuel, DraftKings for your pick'ems this weekend. So we'll go over that. And sorry guys for all the. I didn't do too much during what happened on this day and what birthdays and what birthdays on this day. So we'll start doing that soon. When I get things up going with my my software I'm using for my podcast. So we'll get that going. We'll have Earl LaFleur. I got his interview 2 weeks ago. We'll get that posted hopefully this week. And y'all can listen to that on YouTube, on the channel. So, I'm sorry I'm kind of not late, but I'm trying to get everything up here at the house, trying to make it look better for the season, fully soon for football, NFL, college football season. Not far away, guys. We're in August, with the first day of August. So, be ready for football. We'll talk about it sooner or later. We'll talk about some pick'ems. I think end of August. Me and gonna get with David Green up coming up this year. We'll get with him and we'll get with Scott and Polk and get their indefinite pick'ems for the week of college football. And after that, we'll talk about some fantasy football stuff. And I might probably be in a few fantasy teams. I'm not for sure yet, but I'll probably know something between now and then. But other than that, guys, thank you for listening to this podcast. Guys, please subscribe. Hit that button on subscribe with my face on there. The gorgeous guy here, a beautiful guy, but not really. But just go and subscribe on the podcast that you enjoy it. Please give me a comment what you want me to talk about in this month of August. We're getting ready for the high school football. I'm going to find some places where we're going to do some scrimmage somewhere in Texas. And so we'll get that started for you guys sooner or later. And God bless y'all. We'll see you in the next video.